Hey Jen,
Hi.
I'm going to teach you something pretty cool today. I know how you wanted to learn how to make some art, especially painting. And I know how painting can be pretty difficult, especially when you want to learn how to make a specific color for something you're painting. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a color chart. Um, in order to learn how to make a color chart successfully, you're going to have to listen to me as well as keep your eyes on the demonstration and on me. If you can learn how to make a color chart, you'll be able to have a reference for future painting. Just to be clear on how we're learning, who will you be listening to?
To you.
Correct. What should you keep your eyes on?
You and the demonstration.
Good job listening. Let me ask you a few questions to make sure you remember some important facts about painting. What are a couple different types of paint?
Watercolor and acrylic.
Good job. Watercolor and acrylic are two different types of paint. There's also acrylic and gouache. One more question. What are three colors that cannot be made from any other color?
Blue, red, and yellow.
Good memory. Blue, red, and yellow cannot be made from other colors. Those are what are called primary colors. Now that we reviewed some colors in paint, let's get started on our color chart. In order to make a color chart, you're going to need a few supplies. I will tell you what you need. You need pencil, paper, paintbrush, paper towel, water, yellow paint, blue paint, and red paint. Jen, what do I need in order to make a color chart?
Paper, pencil, a brush, water, yellow paint, blue paint, red paint, and a paper towel.
Awesome job. Since we have everything we'll need, I will tell you how to paint a color chart. When I'm sure that you understand the process, I will demonstrate it. Listen carefully. First, you make a chart with 9 squares. In your first column and row, you're going to paint with yellow. Then you're going to clean your paintbrush with water and then dry it off with a paper towel. Then, in your second row and column, you're going to paint with blue. Once you've done that, you're going to wash your paintbrush with your water and then you're going to dry it off with a paper towel. Finally, you're going to take your red paint and you're going to paint the third column and the third row. Then you're going to clean your paintbrush with your water, followed by drying it off with your paper towel. Can you repeat the process back to me, Jen?
First, you make a chart with 9 squares. In the first row and column, you paint it with yellow paint. Clean your brush off with water and dry it off with a paper towel. Next, you paint the second column and row with blue paint, and you clean off your brush with water and dry it with a paper towel. And finally, you paint the third column in a row with red paint, and then clean your brush off in water and dry it with a paper towel.
Good job. When I paint with the color chart, do I start with yellow? Yes. How do I know? Because first you paint with yellow, then blue, then red. When I paint my color chart, do I start with blue? No. How do I know? Because you first start by painting with yellow, then blue, then red. Jen, do I paint with yellow first?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because first I paint with yellow, then blue, then red.
That's right. I paint with yellow, then blue, then red. Do I paint blue directly after I paint yellow?
No.
Correct. I clean my paintbrush in between each application. Excellent. I think you're ready to make a color chart. Remember, when I paint a color chart, first I make a color chart with 9 squares. In the first column and row, I paint with yellow. Then I clean my paintbrush in the water and I dry it with a paper towel. Then I take my blue paint and I paint the second row and the second column. Then I wash my paintbrush in my water and then I dry it off with a paper towel. Finally, I will take my red and I will paint the third column and the third row. Then I will clean my paintbrush with my water and then I will dry it with a paper towel. Alright, here is my paper done. Watch me make a color chart. So first, you make a chart with 9 squares. Then I take my yellow and I paint it in the first row and column. This is a very light application of yellow. Then I clean off my paintbrush with water. I dry it with a paper towel. Next, I take my blue paint. This will also be very light. And I paint it in my second row and column. Then I clean off my paintbrush with water and then I dry it with a paper towel. Finally, I take my red paintbrush and I paint the third column and row with red. Then I clean my paintbrush with water and I dry it off with a paper towel. I will paint another one with your help. What should I do first?
Make a chart with 9 squares.
Alright, great. We'll make a chart with 9 squares. Alright, what's next?
You paint the first column and the first row with yellow paint.
Awesome sauce. Paint the first row and first column with yellow. Alright, now I've painted my first row and first column yellow. Now what?
Clean your brush off in water and dry it off. Take a paper towel.
Good memory. What do I do after I clean my paintbrush?
You paint the second column and the second row with blue paint.
Sounds good. let's paint the second row and second column blue. And let's clean off that paintbrush because I accidentally put it into the yellow paint. All right, I am painting the second row and the second column blue. All right, now that I've painted with blue, what's next?
Your brush off in the water and then dry it with a paper towel.
Good memory. What's next?
Paint the third row and column with red paint.
Sounds good. We're going to paint the third column and row with red paint. Alright, now I've painted my third row and column with red paint. What do I do next?
Clean your brush off in water and dry it off.
Sounds like a good decision. Alright. We did it! We made a color chart. Since you did an excellent job going through the steps with me, I'm going to have you make your own color chart. When you're ready, you can begin. It's okay. We all make mistakes. Nice job. That's a really good looking color chart. I think it looks really good. Alright, since we finished painting our color chart, can you remind me the process that you went through to make this? Give it a shot.
Well, first I made a chart with 9 squares.
Yep.
With a pencil and paper. And then I colored the first column and row with yellow paint.
Mm-hmm.
Cleaned my brush off in water, and then I dried it off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took the blue paint and colored the second column and the second row, and then I cleaned off my brush with water and dried it with paper towel. Finally, I colored the third column and the third row with red paint, and then I cleaned my brush in the water with paper towel.
Awesome job. That is the correct procedure on how to make a color chart. Excellent job today. You paid attention by listening to me and following the demonstration. You did a wonderful job making your own color chart, and you only used 3 watercolors to make 9 colors.
Would it be 3 colors?
Shush. You have 9 colors. You have 9 colors. Shush. You did a wonderful job making the color chart. So with this color chart, next time we are going to make a painting using these colors that you've made today. Delayed retention. So, now that we've made our color chart, I have one more question for you. Did we paint with yellow first?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because first you paint with yellow, and then you paint with blue, and then you paint with red.
Good job. Let's go pick our subject for the next assignment.